I, 31M, am filled with so much regret about my marriage to my wife, 33F. For non-Australians, divorce here is no fault, but you have to be separated for 12 months before you can file. Consent orders are the legal agreement that splits your property and finances. That part can be done straight away, separately from the divorce itself. We were happy once, and we'd been talking about trying for a baby soon. Then we hit a rough patch. It wasn't one-sided. We were arguing badly, and during that time she did some things that genuinely hurt me. I couldn't look past them, and instead of working through it with her, I held on to it. She was putting in so much work. She got us into couples counseling and was genuinely trying to fix things. Then I lost my job. Instead of leaning on her for support, I pulled away, stuck in my own head about the hurt and the financial stress we'd been through in the past. I was so scared, and I didn't even give her a chance. And it was different this time. She was trying so hard. But I'd already checked out, and I convinced myself the best thing to do is leave. She cried, she pleaded, but I wouldn't meet her. She organized a getaway, made all these grand gestures. I went along with it all sadly, still telling myself leaving was the right choice. One of our final nights together she told me, I don't want to find someone else, and I don't want you to find someone else. When I dropped her off at the airport, she kept turning around to look back at me. That image will haunt me forever. She left me a card, too. In it she wrote that she didn't regret marrying me or trying her very best until the end, and that she always thought we'd have a lifetime to figure things out together. About 2 months after we separated, I realized I'd fucked up. I told her I wanted to try again, but she said she needed space, and by then she was already filing consent orders. Our house went up for sale almost immediately. Everything was moving so fast and I was terrified, even though I knew it was a consequence of my own actions. I panicked over the settlement for a while, even though she was being completely fair. When we spoke on the phone, she told me she'd started antidepressants from the stress, and that her mom was struggling too. So I backed off and signed everything. A few months later I was in her hometown for work and we met up briefly. She let me see our dog, who I still miss so much. We talked properly for the first time since it all fell apart. I told her about the crisis I'd been through and that it hadn't been easy for me either. She told me how hard it had been for her, and said she was just going to do her own thing for a while. I'd reached out a few times by then and she said she needed space, so I told her I wouldn't contact her again, and she was okay with that. We ended on a hug. It was bittersweet. Now that 12 months have passed, I reached out and told her I still wanted to reconcile. She said she couldn't go back. She'd given it everything until the very end, and it took all she had to walk away. I can't blame her. She's filing for divorce next month, and she was kind even about that. I never used to believe in karma, but I'm starting to. Everything I'm feeling now, the grief, the hope I quietly held onto even after that goodbye, is exactly what she was going through 12 months ago. I put her there, and now I'm standing in the same spot. To anyone in the position I was in 12 months ago, try. Even when you're scared, even when leaving feels like the answer. Because by the time you come around, they may not be there anymore. Mine gave me every chance, and I only understood that after the last one was gone.